Dr. Tomi, better known as Amaba, and welcome to the Wellness and Wahala podcast. For those of you tuning in for the first time, Wahala, Nigerian Pidgin English, means issues and problems. So we go talk about current affairs, Wahala, and I go give you tips on how to overcome them. I'm a doctor of public health, so our topics are in line with the United Nations Observance Day, and today public health wellness topic is celebrating World Environmental Day and World Food Safety Day. So World Environmental Day is celebrated every year on June 5th, and World Food Safety Day is celebrated on June 7th. So first I will talk about World Environmental Day. So why is it important? What is the theme this year? This year, the theme for World Environmental Day is reimagine, recreate, and restore. So for long, we have been exploiting and destroying our planet. God has blessed us, Baba God, with a wonderful planet and environment, but we need to take care of it. So if you don't know, every 3 seconds, the world loses enough forest to cover a football pitch field. And over the last century, we have destroyed half of our wetlands. And as much as 50% of our coral reefs have already been lost, and up to 90% of coral reefs could be lost by the year 2050, even if global warming is limited. So ecosystems, have been a disaster, and in the emergence of the COVID-19 Wahala pandemic, there has not been a lot of attention that has been paid towards the environment. So by the shrinking area of the natural habitats and animals and pathogens, even including coronaviruses spreading from animals to human, this is a big and challenging picture for World Environmental Day to really focus on the ecosystems restoration. And the theme, once again, is reimagine, recreate, and restore. Ecosystem restoration really means preventing and halting and reversing this damage. So to go from exploiting nature, to healing, it's, wellness. Voila. So this World Environmental Day, I believe the global mission is to revive billions of hectares of land, from forests to farmlands. A lot of people have been doing their home farms, home gardens. So I'm trying to get back into that. And that's even good for nutrition, for your health, eating more organic fruits and vegetables. So we all can play a part individually to really reimagine, recreate, and restore our environments. So that's for World Environmental Day, which is celebrated every year on June 5th, and for World Food Safety Day. So the environment, food that we grow is all in alignment. So every year on June 7th, we celebrate World Food Safety Day. So why is it important that we improve food safety? Access to sufficient amount of safe food is key to sustaining life and promoting good health. Foodborne illnesses are usually infectious or toxic in nature and often invisible to the plain eye. I don't know about you guys, but I have had food poisoning before, so it is no good. So paying attention to what we put in our bodies is extremely important on improving and avoiding plenty health wahala. And those foodborne illness, these bacteria, most of them you can't see by the naked eye. So they're caused by bacteria, viruses, parasites, chemical substances entering the body through contaminated food or water, especially in developing countries. So food safety has a vital role in ensuring that food stays safe at every stage of the food chain, from production to harvest to processing to storage to distribution, all the way to preparation, and then when you consume it and eat it, you understand? So with an estimated 600 million cases of foodborne illnesses annually, unsafe food is a big threat to human health and economies, disproportionately affecting vulnerable and marginalized people, especially women and children, populations affected by conflict and migrants, and what's going on, like for example in Israel. I'm praying for Israel, all that conflict, the Holy Land. Food security, when there's, terrorism in the northern part of Nigeria, a lot of the smallholder farmers, their farms have been destroyed. That is affecting the food chain and increasing poverty and food insecurity. An estimated 420,000 people around the world die every year after eating contaminated food, and children under 5 years of age carry 40% of the foodborne disease burden, with 125 deaths every year. That's a mortality rate. Now, big wahala. You understand? So for this World Food Safety Day, today aims to draw attention and inspire action to help prevent, detect, and manage foodborne risks, contributing to food security, human health, economic prosperity, agriculture, market access, tourism, and sustainable development. So the WHO and the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, jointly facilitated the observance of World Food Safety Day in collaborations with member states. And this International Day is the opportunity to strengthen our efforts together to ensure that food we eat is safe, mainstream food safety in the public agenda, and reduce the burden of foodborne diseases globally, okay? So safe food now for a healthy tomorrow. That is the theme this year. Safe food now for a healthy tomorrow, for World Food Safety Day. Food safety is everyone's business, you understand? So we all have a part to play. The theme is food safety is everyone's business. It be your business, it be my business. The action-oriented campaign promotes global food safety awareness and calls upon countries and nations and individuals and decision makers, private sector, civil society, and the general public to take action. The way in which food is produced, stored, and handled and consumed affects the safety of our food, supply. So we need to comply with global food standards, establish effective regulatory food control systems, including emergency preparedness and response. A lot of people, when this pandemic started, they're rushing to the store, they're buying canned food. No, but when you go to the section of the fruits and vegetables, there's no shortage, So that's why I said we can even go back. We need to go back to growing our own food. We need to go back to eating more nutritious food, which has even natural, antibiotics and natural, blessings and ingredients and nutrients, that improves your immune system. Fruits and vegetables, especially a lot of our African food, eating okra stew, eating, fufu, egusi, that's my favorite. Vegetable, you understand? Those are very good, nutritious food, and fruits and vegetables that we put together. You understand? And we need to make sure that we comply, once again, with global food standards, establish effective regulatory food control systems, including emergency preparedness response, providing access to clean water. Clean water is also a major issue, especially in developing countries. We had to build a lot of water pumps in some of the villages that we supported through humanitarian support, and also the federal agency that I was working with, and then applying good agriculture practices, strengthening the use of food safety management systems by food business operators, and building capacity of consumers to make healthy food choices are some ways in which governments, international organizations, public health scientists, private sector, civil society, and individuals in general, we can all work together to ensure food safety. Food safety is all of our shared responsibility between government, producers, and us that consume them. You understand? All you consumers that eat them, that they chop. Everybody has a role to play from farm to table to ensure the food we consume is safe and well and not causes damage to our health. Through World Food Safety Day, we need to pursue efforts to mainstream food safety in the public agenda and reduce the burden of foodborne diseases globally. So once again, the theme for World Food Safety Day is food safety is everybody's business. It be your business, it be my own. And one great tip that I'm going to leave you with is the Tomi cookbook, my mom's Tomi cookbook. You can find it on Amazon, and it has really great nutritious food in regards to African and Nigerian nutritious food, which uses a lot of vegetables like egusi, bitter leaf stew, okra stew, ogbono stew, all of that. So that is what you need to go and cop is the Tomi cookbook for all of you guys that are trying to get, for example, the heart of a Niger. My mom always say the heart of a man, how do you get it? It's through cooking his favorite food. So I want to leave you with the African proverb of the week, which says, even the best cooking pot will not produce food. So it's not about the best cooking pot, it's about the cook, you understand? And then, so once again, the African proverb of the week is, even the best cooking pot will not produce food. So what is more important is the food that is cooked by the cook, you understand? And then I like another African proverb which says, eat when the food is ready, speak when the time is right. You understand? Once again, eat when the food is ready, speak when the time is right. So don't be eating and speaking at the same time. And the preparation of food, once again, if we grow our own food, we need to support our local farmers. It goes a really long way. Thank you once again for tuning in to the Wellness and Wahala podcast. Please leave your comments using the hashtag Wellness and Wahala on all social media, IG, Facebook, Twitter, and share and write a great 5-star review. I really appreciate it. And I wish you all no Wahala this week. Bless up and much love. Mwah. I just have a special Wahala, rant that I wanted to give you just about the recent Twitter ban by the Nigerian president. Freedom of speech is vital, especially being a voice to the voiceless, us in the diaspora. I think that we need to play a vital role, even reach out to our politicians, our senators, and people that sit on the Foreign Affairs Committee of the various nations where you live in the diaspora, whether it be America or in the UK or Canada. Nigerians are all over the world, and I have listeners all over. So please do your best, raise your voice, use your social media because we are not banned in the diaspora. And I think that we all need to do our part. If we need to start petitions, we need to reach out to our government officials, and they have bilateral agreements with our leaders in Nigeria, and to tell them to demand, that, for openness, and freedom of speech, which is a constitutional right. Nigeria is a democratic nation, and the Wahala and the rubbish and the human rights crisis that are going on there, and just the killings of herdsmen and terrorists that keeps going on, and the media is really not covering it, and especially the media in Nigeria is really being silenced, and the people and the ban on Twitter just shows that a true disregard to people's rights. So I really believe that we have a call to action here in the diaspora to reach out to our leaders, start a petition, put them on blast on social media, and say enough is enough. Thank you, and I wish you no Wahala this week. Please comment, what do you think about this Twitter ban Wahala in Nigeria using the hashtag Wellness and Wahala. Thank you, and have a blessed week. Wellness and Wahala Warriors, I have a giveaway. So how you can have a chance to win a Tomi Nigerian cookbook with great nutritious meals, especially as we celebrate World Environment and World Food Safety Day, is write me a 5-star review, like and share. So go to any of the podcast listening outlets that you listen to the podcast, like Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and write me a 5-star review. Share it on social media. I have a page on IG, Instagram, and on Facebook, Wellness and Wahala, using the Wellness and Wahala hashtag for a chance to win the Tomi Nigerian Nutritious Cookbook. Thank you. Bless up my Wellness Wahala Warriors, and I wish you a wonderful week full and free of no wahala. Bless up. Mwah.